Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think Beat Do Leadership, and today we are talking about the fact that people don't think you're worth it, and we're talking about tech leaders who want to move up into leadership roles, into CDO or whatever it might be, and um, I was talking to a wonderful guy the other day, Warren, and he was chatting with me about, what stops a good tech leader from becoming a great CTO and into that C-suite space, and it really inspired me actually. So I want to talk about it today because it's a really important subject if you want to get paid and a really important subject if you want to do well in your role and you want to make an impact and you want to continue to stay in that role or you want to get promoted into the next one. And so therefore I think it's well worth a little rummage into, well, what's all that about. If you're listening live, please say hello, and if you're on the replay, just pop in a hashtag replay if you have any questions. Okay, so say you're looking for that role or you want to get promoted, and you are amazing technically at what you do. So you've got great tech skills, or you're a great engineer or something like that. The problem with that is that actually, let's just, if we have to take that for not for granted. We know that's amazing skills, but that is the part that's taken for granted, and it's not the thing that the businesses that are going to employ you or going to promote you really care about. What they care about is that they care about, what do you bring to the business? What's the ROI of you in the business? How do you show up and make an impact? And so what they're looking for, it's not about what have you got, like a tick list of what you've got. They're looking for, what can you do for them? And in essence, what's in it for me? Not me, them. Okay. And yes, they do care on a human level. I'm sure they all care about you, but really what they're looking at is a fair trade for the price they're going to pay. Sorry, that's my dog rolling around again. They're looking for a fair trade in the price that they want to pay for you, because they need to have an ROI on that. So what you can bring has to be worth the money that they're going to pay. And more than that. And so we need to be thinking about it in terms of what you bring to the business, in terms of real terms of whether that be higher productivity, whether that be more projects off the ground, whether that be more investment, or whether whatever it might be. And so they don't care just that you have great skills. Okay, they need that, but they don't care about just that. My dog's It's a day of dog coughing today. Apologies. My Labrador is 14 and a half. If you haven't met her before, if you haven't been on any of my lives before, you will soon know that I have an office dog who makes me very embarrassed sometimes. But there you go. Who cares, hey? Anyway, so where were we? Yes. So you need to be able to bring productivity. You need to get your teams on board. They need to be able to then work to the business goals, and you need to be able to translate the business goals to your team. You need to be able to translate the tech to the leadership team and to the investors and all of those things. You need to be able to be the bridge or the conduit between those two areas, so that we're not just doing tech for tech's sake. We're not just doing business, we're doing tech does business. Yeah. What can you get your department or your ideas to bring to the business to make them have something better that they can sell, products that they can put out there, and they can actually deliver through that productivity. Okay. So what does that take? Because if it's not your tech skills, what on earth is it? That's what I want to talk about, really, because that's where we come in. At Think Be Do, that's what we do. We help you do more than the tech skill. We help you to show up and have impact in the business in real terms. And so getting products to market quicker, getting investors to buy in, getting your team on board and doing what needs to be done. And it's easy said, not always easy done. And I want to talk about it in terms of three things. And that when you want people to either buy into doing your thing or buying your actual product or getting the team on board or investors, there's three things that happen with people. And that is that they either can't do what you want them to do, or they won't do it because of a personal reason with you, whether that be a relationship or trust issue, or they just don't do it because they don't agree with the cause that you stand for, why you're doing the thing that you're doing. So when you think of it in these terms, when you're speaking to people and you're looking to influence people in the business, whether they are your team or whether they are your boss or investors or whoever it might be, if you think about it in these three terms, is it that they can't do what I want them to do? Is it that they won't do it because of me or a relationship issue? Or is it that they don't agree with the thing that I'm trying to do? And when you do that, you can break down then what it is that you need to be able to do better. Because if you can, one, identify that issue, and two, your skills in communication, building trust, and your ability to link the cause of what you stand for with what other people stand for, then you will be the one who has more impact, because you will then be able to enable those businesses to make more money, be more productive, and bring more products to market. Fabulous. And therefore you're going to be worth the money, in which case they're going to pay you the money, they're going to promote you, and all will be wonderful. So let's just dive into those can't do, won't do, don't do bit, because what you're talking about here is three kind of different things. Okay, so can't do, when you think about that, is that person, if it's a team member, for example, doesn't know how or doesn't have the confidence in doing it, doing what you want them to do. Okay, so when they don't know how, that's an easy thing. We've got to show them how. But if they don't have the confidence, then we have to be able to help somebody to trust us, to give them the confidence to do that. Okay, and that takes our skills, in our softer skills, let's say, in perhaps a coaching style. If it is that they won't do it, then in actual fact, there's a little bit of a difference here. It's not about them, it's about how they feel about you. And therefore they won't do it. For example, I don't like you, I'm not going to do it. I don't trust you, or I don't know you well enough. And that brings us back to that know, like, and trust, because people won't do something if they don't trust us. And so what we need to do is we need to build connections. We need to start to understand people better, and we need to understand what their motivators are, so that we can build the relationships and the trust. And it takes those softer skills to be able to do that. But when we do that, that's when people will be able to say, do you know what? I want to be part of this team. I want to engage. And therefore they will start to work with you rather than against you, let's say, because if this isn't in place, they are definitely going to work against you. Now, let's say they can do it now and they want to do it. Now, or they want to do it for you. The other part of that is the just don't do is, well, if I don't agree with why you're doing something or what it is that you're doing. Okay, so I can like you as a person, or I can trust you and I can have a relationship with you, but I don't agree with what it is you're trying to do or why you're trying to do it. And I call that the cause. They don't agree with the cause of what you're trying to do. Okay, so it might be that Bob thinks you're great, but there's no way he's going to do a certain thing. Okay, because he doesn't want to, he doesn't think it's the right thing to do for the business. And so what we need to do is understand, if that's the cause, how do we use our skills and our impact to be able to change that and to convince somebody that our idea is the good idea, our cause is the right cause, and to be able to move people's beliefs so that they come with us on our journey to whatever it might be. So the organization wants to grow, and it wants to change to certain products, or it wants to develop a whole new line of products. We need to get people on board to be able to do that. And that is, again, not about tech skills. It's about our ability to speak up, to speak out, to speak so that people can understand us, and to convince people of our ideas or the business and organization's ideas. Okay, so when you think about it, again, this is why I say this is not about your tech skills. You can have the ideas, you can run a team of tech people, but all of this is about your softer skills and your ability to have impact and influence. And when you do that, that's when you're able to command the salaries that you want or get the promotions that you want, because that's what changes a business. It's not about how much you know, it's about what you do with it and how you get other people to join in with you. So imagine you've got your team of people or your team of teams or whatever it might be, and they think, well, we trust Bob, we have a relationship and we know where we stand with Bob, and we're happy in our team, and we know where Bob's trying to take us, and you know what, we think it's a great idea because Bob's actually, makes a good point and has sold that to us, and we are enabled to do the thing because we know how to do it and we've got the confidence to do it. So we've got excited, enabled, and engaged people that are tech as well, but they are moving in the same direction as you, and they are moving with you rather than against you, and they're moving with the organization rather than against the organization. So can you see that none of this is about how much you know in tech? It's a given, but it's not enough. And that's only enough when you're the one who's doing that tech, but you're not that when you're in this role. And you're not that when you need to be a leader, because you need to step up and be the leader that they need you to be in order to command that salary. Okay, so that's what I want to say on the matter. If you've got questions and you would love to find out more about, like, well, actually, Julie, that sounds amazing, but what do I do about that? Because that doesn't sound like I'm very confident in that. Then give me a shout, because that's what we do on our Impact Accelerator. We work 12 weeks on your impact in the business, not on your tech skills. We're looking at how do you build those relationships, building the relationships practically for you. We look at how you're showing up behaviorally. We look at the impact that you're making, and we make sure that you are seen as somebody who can get things done, get teams on board, sell an idea, get investment, and therefore you are valuable to the organization rather than just a really great tech person. Okay, so give me a shout if that's something that you think, do you know what, that would be really useful for me if I'm going for, perhaps you're going for that role now, or perhaps you're in that role now and you've not been there long and you're thinking, do you know what, I need a bit of this because it's going to mean that I am successful and valuable to the organization. Okay, so give me a shout if you want to message me, and you can find out about how the Impact Accelerator works. It's an online program, it's a group program, and which means that you're with other people in the same boat as you, and are able to then share ideas and grow together. Okay, so give me a shout if that is something that you would like to do, and we will see you next time for more. Actually, whilst I'm thinking about that, I think we might do dig into this a little bit more with Warren Beasley, because he is the guy that actually was talking about this with me the other day, and I think that what we'll do is we perhaps do an extra live, and so if you want to be included on that, invite to that, then do message. Thank you very much. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.